Okay, friends, here is topic F. This includes lessons 18 through 22. And topic F is all about writing and evaluating expressions and formulas. So we get to start that fun piece of actually evaluating the expressions and the formulas that we've been working with up until this point. Okay, so there's three objectives that we're going to cover in this topic, and all three of them are priority standards. So we have 6EE.2.A. I can write expressions with variables. We've seen this priority standard almost since the beginning. Hashtag multiple possibilities, hashtag unknown, hashtag subtract y from 5, hashtag 5 minus y. And then we have 6.EE.2C. I can evaluate expressions given the value of a variable, hashtag formulas, hashtag order of ops. And then 6.EE.6, I can write and solve one-step equations involving non-negative rational numbers using all the operations. So we're talking about one step with non-negative numbers.
Welcome to Math
Okay,
with
and then
Mr.
here
J.
is the video that's going to take you through
In this
evaluating
video,
expressions.
welcome to Math with Mr. J. In this video, we're going to be finding the value of an expression given the value of the variable. So we have four examples that we're going to go through together in order to get this down. So let's jump right into number 1 here, where we have 3 plus m if m equals 8. So we would read this: find the value of the expression 3 plus m if m equals 8. So that m within our expression is our variable, our missing piece. Well, we are given what the value or how much that m is worth right here. M equals 8. So in order to solve, we need to plug that 8 in for the m. So we would have 3 plus 8. And now we're able to solve, and that will give us the answer or value of the expression. And 3 plus 8 equals 11. So that's our value or answer to number 1. Number 2, we have 10a minus 3. So find the value of the expression 10a minus 3 if a equals 2. So right here where we have a number right next to a letter, whenever you see that, that means multiplication. So that means 10 times a, or 10 times the value of a. So let's rewrite our problem with 2 plugged in for a. So 10 times 2 minus 3. And now we're able to solve. So it's just order of operations, which multiplication comes before subtraction. So 10 times 2 is 20. Bring down our subtract 3, and we get to 20 minus 3, which is 17. Number 3, we have w squared minus 8. So find the value of the expression w squared minus 8 if w equals 7. So again, we need to plug in the value of our variable, which in this case it's a 7. So we have 7 squared minus 8. So now we're ready to solve. So order of operations, exponents comes before subtraction. 7 squared does not mean 7 times 2. Remember, an exponent means to expand that 7 out twice and multiply. So it means 7 times 7, which is 49. Bring down our minus 8, and we get to 49 minus 8, which equals 41. And lastly, number 4 here, we have find the value of the expression 6c cubed if c equals 2. So we need to plug this 2 in for the c. And remember, a number right next to a variable means multiplication. So we have 6 times 2 cubed. So order of operations here, exponents come before multiplication. So we need to do 2 cubed, which means 2 times 2 times 2, which equals 8. Bring down our multiplication sign and the 6, and we do 6 times 8 to wrap this problem up, which is 48. So there you have it. There's how you find the value of an expression given the value of the variable. We plug in and solve. Hopefully that helped. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, peace.
All right, so here is our example problem. Oh, and again, lucky ducks, no new vocabulary for topic F. It's just building upon what we've started doing from topic A. So no new vocabulary. You should be familiar with all these terms. All right, so our example, it's long. It's okay, you can do it. All right, Noah and Carter are collecting box tops for their school. They each bring in one box top per day, starting on the first day of school. However, Carter had a head start because his aunt sent him 15 box tops before school began. Noah's grandma saved 10 box tops, and Noah added those on his first day. All right, so it says fill in the missing values that indicate the total number of box tops each boy brought to school. So Noah started with 10. And they each bring one per day to school, starting on the first day of school. So we started with 10 plus the one, that would be 11. And then Carter had 15 from his aunt plus the one that he's going to bring, so he has 16. So each day they bring one more. So this would be 12, 17, 13, 18, 14, 19, and 15, 20. And really, guys, I could have gone and submitted, like I could have done Noah's list first and then Carter's list. I just went back and forth. But this isn't a relationship. It's not like when we did the ratio tables and we had to find, the relationship between the two because these are independent from each other. So I could have done Noah's first and then Carter's. All right, so then B says, if D represents the number of days since the new school year began, how many box tops will Noah have brought to school on D day? So this is setting up so that we can create an equation with some unknown variables that we might have because we don't know what day it will be on day D. And so remember that Noah had 10 box stops to begin, and he adds one per day. So on day 2, he had 10 plus 2. On day 3, he had 10 plus 3. On day 4, he had 10 plus 4. So if we want to create an expression for that, that's what we kind of have to think about. Well, what does that mean? So if we're looking for day D, then it'll be D plus 10, right? Because that's kind of the pattern for them. Day 1, 10 plus 1. Day 2 is 10 plus 2 to get 12. All right, and then on day D of school, how many box tops will Carter have? So Carter had 15 to begin with plus 1. So if Noah is D plus 10, then Carter would be D plus 15 because we have to include those 15 that he started with in the beginning. And then each day he adds one more. If he didn't have those 15 to begin with, it would be D plus 1 because each day he's just bringing in one or one extra. And I had to piece these together, so there's this long gap in between the questions because this was 2 separate pages and I pieced them together. So then on day 10 of school, how many box sets will Noah have? So we're going to use the expression that we created, which was D plus 10. That was for Noah. And they're telling us that on the 10th day of school. So we're going to substitute 10 for D, which means that Noah would have 20 box tops on day 10. Ooh, that's trying to combine on and days. On day 10. Okay, and then on day 10 of school, how many box tops will Carter have? So Carter's was D plus 15. So on the 10th day of school, we're placing 10 in for D. So 10 plus 15 is 25 box tops on day 10. For these types of problem, we are still working with substitution. We are not actually solving an equation. because we started with an expression and then we're just subbing in the amount that they give us for the variable. So this is like the first step before we get into actually solving equations and going into the more complicated steps, which is actually solving what D would be instead of just substituting for D. All right, that is it for your topic F video. I will see you guys in class.